Hello and welcome back to the weekly podcast, Monday Motivation. The Monday Motivation podcast. No more excuses. This is your hostess, Sandi Ballard, and I appreciate you being here, listening, whether it's the first time or many times, and for sharing. You guys are rock stars and badasses, and I appreciate all the shares and connecting with me. I've had a lot of new followers on the Instagram, Taskmaster Sandi. And don't forget, if I'm not sure how you're listening to this, but you can listen to these podcasts through iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and through SoundCloud and Libsyn as well. So you can get all that. I think all those connections are on my website. www.growingforward.biz, B-I-Z, and really appreciate, like I said, you guys doing that for me. And yeah, I've been busy, my least favorite word in the world, but only when you can't back up being what you're being busy doing or what you've been busy doing. And I've been helping people realize their badassness. Yes, that's what I do. And it seems like it was just March Madness here in Indy. College of basketball craziness, passion, commitment, dedication, all that jazz. And now it's another month of madness here in Indy. Well, it's almost a month. It is May in Indy. And if you don't know what that means, just Google May in Indy. It kicked off last weekend with a mini marathon. And then, now it's the opening day at track, which I was there last Friday for the Grand Prix. Not the F1 Grand Prix, this the Grand Prix. And, qualifications, the Indy 500, all of the chaos and madness and the awesomeness of May here in Indy. If you've never been, you're truly missing out, unless you really just can't stand racing. But, it's just super cool to be there. In the last few weeks, I've talked about letting go, stop blaming, practicing what you preach, all which are so much easier said than done. And ironically, I gained some, like I had mentioned earlier, new followers. And it was like one day I checked LinkedIn and I had lost 7 connections. And I'm like, that's kind of funny. I guess I'm not for everyone. I don't know what changed. I don't know if they all exited at once. I don't know. And that, my friends, is 100% okay with me. In my upcoming book, titled The Magical, you will, I have a quote in there. It says, "You will be too much for some people, and those aren't your people." So, sometimes we just take that so personally. Why someone doesn't like me or talk to me, or you think it's usually just the shit in your head, perception. Because some people just have, bad RGB or RBG, resting bitch. RBF, resting bitch face. Oh my God, I have to say it out loud. So, those people aren't your people. And I'm sure I annoy the shit out of some people by constantly talking about taking action. And, well, the ones that stopped following me or unconnected with me or don't listen anymore are one of two kinds of people. Either a doer and they're just on it and they check in maybe once in a while, or they don't need to see my reminders because they're just badass and kicking ass. But there's also the don'ters, the ones who don't do anything because it's hard. They can't admit they're afraid to try or ask for help. Well, listeners, one of my biggest pet peeves, my biggest pet peeve are litter bugs. I've actually followed them and stopped that, like in the parking lot, and told them to stop throwing trash out their car. Especially cigarette butts, drives me nuts. That's my nails on the chalkboard. So maybe your biggest pet peeve is nails on the chalkboard. So my second biggest pet peeve is people not doing anything. Just saying a bunch of shit and never doing anything. Much like in my first book, From There to Here, I finally came out. I admitted I talked about a lot of shit and I'd done nothing to do any of it. So people that are not doing, I've talked about it a lot, the ones that are just blaming, whining, quitting, overthinking, not asking, not doing. I guess I just hate to see wasted talent. It's like, just at least give it a whirl. try it. I mean, what the hell? What if the Wright Brothers gave up after their first bomb? Not literally a bomb, but, and said, fuck it. Would we be flying planes? The thing is, we probably would be, because someone would have stepped up and tweaked what they had done, and then the brothers, who would they be? They'd be the quitters. They'd be the ones who gave up when they were so close to success. So the quitters, the don'ters, they make me want to shake the shit out of them. And that's what I want to hear from you this week. What's your pet peeve? Yes, I know nails on a chalkboard are probably most, but I mean deeper. What is your nails on the chalkboard to you? Email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, B-I-Z, or post a comment here. What is it that just drives you batshit crazy? I can't wait to hear your responses because, we all have at least one thing, or maybe 25 like me, that just drives us batshit crazy. Look forward to hearing from you. Check out the, new event coming up. Well, it's February. I have my Taboo Quarterly Women's Lunch June 29th, but Biz at the Beach. It's on my website. If you're interested in going to Playa del Carmen next February as a getaway retreat and building your business, check it out there. And I love this as a quote. I know because people are like, it's February. I'll sign up in December. No, planning does not destroy spontaneity. It creates opportunity. Think about that. Planning does not destroy spontaneity. It creates opportunity. Have a kick-ass, badass week, and I appreciate you sharing this podcast. Cheers.